I saw this on my Twitter feed, and it looked like kind of an interesting story, so I figured it's worth covering. I mean, it's pretty much died down for the most part, but this competitive Fortnite streamer, I believe, I guess they're like a Fortnite player. They go with Xset, which is like a competitive team, by the looks of it, on Fortnite. They have like the whole esports photo and everything. Fraanticc. She's 18? Jesus Christ, you are so young. Holy fuck, you're a baby, Fraanticc. Jesus. But, yeah, she had some allegations on Twitter that I saw in my feed, and I decided to compile everything. The Accuser wound up deleting their account, so that's definitely a sign that your allegations are real and true and factual, and that you stand on business, so that's, already we're off to a good start with that. But I think Fraanticc compiled the original post here. So we're going to go through it piece by piece, and I'm just going to give my take on it quickly. I don't think this will take very long. This doesn't really seem like that big of a deep dive, but I was still very curious about it. This is the original allegation post, which is here, by the way. It's deleted now, but it's in this video, so we'll see it anyway. And she says, spending your Thanksgiving making fake screenshots is insane and disgusting. Yeah, that sounds like a really shitty thing to do on Thanksgiving. All right, let's read it. So, trigger warning, rape, self-harm, pedophilia. Those are incredibly serious accusations. I was groomed by Twitch streamer Fraanticc online, who sexually exploited me, forced me into sending photos, and pushed me to self-harm when I was 16. So, Fraanticc is 18 years old at this point, I'm pretty sure. Assuming that it's around that time. But even if it wasn't then, like, if it was a year ago, Fraanticc would have been, like, 17 a year ago. So 17 to 18 and a 16-year-old. I don't care about that age gap. I don't know about you guys, but a 1 to 2 year age gap, not a big deal at all. And if they're going to run the narrative that this is grooming, you're going to have to show, like, a very, very specific case here, because, like, it's, like, nearly impossible for a 17 or 18-year-old to groom a 16-year-old. Like, it's nearly impossible outside of, like, maybe very, very, very specific scenarios. There's just, I'm just gonna, like, already I can tell that this is likely not gonna be the sensationalized story that this is, trying to be. So there's a screenshot here. I can't really read what it says, but I imagine we'll see it later, or in a moment with this video. I'm gonna have to mute the music because I think there's like music playing over this video, and I don't want to risk copyright. All right, so she's here. Okay, so this was allegedly in 2024. So that would have meant Fraanticc was like 17 at the time, not even like 18. So a 17-year-old allegedly talking to a 16-year-old, and now we're saying that this is grooming. Holy fuck, dude. Oh, man. And the fact that this person deleted their post too, it's kind of pathetic. Allegedly, this is faked, and it never even happened to begin with. But, like, even if these allegations were true, that Fraanticc was talking to a 16-year-old at the age of 17, like, I don't care. 17 and 16 is fine. Like, who actually cares? I feel like only kids on the internet are upset at this age gap. Like, I swear to God. It's like, nobody fucking cares until it's a famous person. Like, nobody actually cares about this. I'm just, like, letting you know right now. It's like people are so willing to call everything pedophilia. Like, this isn't even, like, remotely close to what pedophilia is. It's honestly pathetic that people are so desperate for their 15 minutes of fame that they're willing to try to run somebody else's career into the ground because they're so successful. I didn't even know who this Fraanticc person was until these allegations surfaced up. It's honestly pathetic. All right, let's read what these alleged DMs are, which apparently are fake anyways. Fraanticc, I'm going to send the pic to everyone you follow on. If you tell anyone, you're going to regret it. I mean, this DM is fake, but that does sound like it could be an abuse of a power dynamic, allegedly. I'm not planning on telling anyone. I already told you. Can you just delete the pics and leave me alone? We're past that already. You literally made me cut myself for you on cam. What else do you want? Reset your PC and delete everything you have, or I'll consider deleting the pics. Okay. This is allegedly fake. So she's zooming in on the screenshot, right? On the profile picture. Okay. And then she goes here, right? Wait, what did that tweet say? So troll or unfortunately not. She is on that same Discord account to this day. Okay. She clicks G-Easy, Tumblr Girls. What is it? Christopher, what's here? Okay, that's that. I don't know what this is supposed to prove to us. Apparently this is fake. Spending your Thanksgiving faking screenshots is disgusting. I don't know what the fuck the deal is. Okay. What is happening? Next up, there's another post replying, I believe it's from the Accuser, and then she says, this is committing defamation, by the way, so if you want to make fake screenshots, you can hear from my lawyers. Okay, so she might put this guy in a defamation lawsuit, whoever this Accuser is, who apparently deleted their post because apparently this was faked, and I will say, deleting your own allegations against somebody, definitely not a good sign that it's real. Also, I didn't have that profile picture last year. Interesting. Okay. Well, I don't know if that necessarily disproves the allegations, just to be clear, that doesn't necessarily disprove the allegations. You know, like, people can look back at DMs and show whatever. It's also very weird that they removed the time from these messages as well. That is very suspicious, because normally what would happen is there's like a timestamp on messages, but that's not shown in these screenshots, which is definitely another sign that it could be fake. Alright, there's several deleted posts, I believe, from the Accuser that made like a new thread maybe, and I guess Fraanticc replied with the following. People think they can get away with making fraudulent screenshots for some likes and impression, but will quickly learn it's not something to play around with because this is a crime. I've already contacted and filed a report with the FBI. After that, there will be a civil suit where I will take him to court for everything he has. It's not cool to try to ruin someone's life and career, not to mention it's a slap in the face to real victims. I agree. And not only that, but it's like, again, even if the allegations are true, that like apparently there's like a form of pedophilia. Oh no, Fraanticc was 17 years old talking to a 16-year-old. Oh no. Oh no. Like, people don't know what pedophilia is on the internet anymore. Pedophilia is like a really gross and disgusting thing on the internet, and people just use that word to like try to like have like a slam dunk virtue signal or whatever. It's like nobody actually knows how serious these claims are anymore. It feels like it's just honestly pathetic that someone would go out of their way to do this to try to tear somebody else down. And in the screenshots, they tried to make it seem like Fraanticc was like abusing a power dynamic in the DMs, saying like, hey, if you don't delete these screenshots, I'm gonna fucking do this to you. If that was a real DM, that is actually a legitimate abuse of a power dynamic. 100%, that is a very explicit use of it, but that doesn't seem like Fraanticc was doing that because those DMs are allegedly fake. Alright, it seems like Fraanticc made a separate post in response to this. Again, I'm trying to work with what's publicly available because a lot of the posts are deleted. Again, if you want people to have a good faith interpretation of your allegations, this is why we don't delete our own shit or fucking post it if it's fake to begin with. But regardless, Fraanticc posted, I didn't really want to make a post and bring more attention, but I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen a Twitter user who used fraudulent images and messages to try to accuse me of serious allegations. If you take the time to actually look at the post screenshots, it's very obvious that there are fake, the images are fake, AI doctored, and some even stolen. There's plenty of evidence that proves his evidence isn't real or credible. I also do not know this person whatsoever, and I've never spoken to him. He obviously won't show a screen recording with my account and the message in the same video because it doesn't exist. All of this is clearly an attempt to gain some attention, clout, and impressions. It seems that way, for sure. All the actions he took are impersonation, defamation of charter. I think you meant to say defamation of character. I think that's what she meant to say. Bit of a typo. And more criminal charges. I've already filed reports with my local and FBI cybercrime division. That's probably the right thing to do if you have the money to afford it. It seems like Fraanticc is a big content creator, so it seems like she can afford it. Lastly, this is extremely damaging to real victims. I would never ever do anything describing those false accusations, and I hope my community can stand by me in this difficult time. Trying to ruin my career, life, and character for some likes is insane. I've been receiving extreme threats and hate due to the carelessness of a clout-hungry individual. Here's video proof that I don't have any communications with this individual, nor have I ever. I'll also post more proof in the reply showing his evidence is doctored. Okay, we'll see what this is. So this is the turtle guy. This is the guy who originally accused Fraanticc, the 16-year-old. So there's nothing here. What is this? Seems like he's a fan of Andrew Tate as well, so he's a bit of a radicalized red pillar, I guess. Maybe that's why he, like, released these allegations. Maybe he had, like, a parasocial relationship to Fraanticc to some capacity, and, like, he's just super red-pilled. It's possible. The cord is 467V. Do you have Discord? Okay, interesting. All right, next up we have I guess, a screen recording of Fraanticc on her Discord. We'll see what she shows here. So 46V, no DMs. Interesting. There's no DMs between either of you, that pretty much basically confirms that everything was faked. I mean, we kind of already suspected that based on the screenshots that were already there, but there you go. This is a screen recording of Fraanticc basically confirming that everything was faked in, like, every capacity. Well, there you go, I guess. Is there anything else in this video? There's that. 4 mutual servers, which for some reason this accuser was totally fine with showing, I guess, like, the mutual servers, which, by the way, it is 4 mutual servers. I remember from his screenshot. He was willing to show that, but he wasn't willing to show the other one. I'm a little bit questioning of the profile picture. You said you haven't had that profile picture in years or during that time, but, like, people can show profile pictures and look back at DMs like way before, so I don't know. All right, next up in the thread, Fraanticc says, proof of somebody the individual follows name NoxH with a matching Discord that is impersonating me. Interesting, okay. So following... I guess she'll find it. What's their name? Yeah, Nox right here. That's them. They're following. Yep. And then what's the next video? The next video is NoxH. NoxH2 alt with Fraanticc. Oh my god. Oh, this is so disgusting. That's crazy. They, like, literally did this maliciously to try to get Fraanticc canceled. That's really fucked up. God, man. You know, you really got to be careful when you have a little bit of fame, dude. It's like, because people be doing all sorts of crazy shit, thinking, like, it's super parasocial. And, like, that guy was, like, following Andrew Tate as well, which means, like, that kind of communicates to me that he's probably radicalized to some capacity. Like, he probably consumed a lot of, like, red pill content and got, like, radicalized into, like, hating women and thinking that, like, women are against him, and so he made these allegations. It's fucking crazy. Alright, I cannot show the self-harm for reasons. I don't want to get this YouTube video taken down, so I am going to censor the self-harm. Apparently, it's an AI-generated photo, but Fraanticc, I guess, proves that here. So here's what she has to say. The photo he stole from another user claiming to be his own self-harm. Proof our profile pictures are slightly different, and an old tweet that recently resurfaced that inspired this Twitter user to do the same to me. Also, in the fraudulent screenshot, there's missing timestamps, also separation between dates and more. Okay. Alright, we're just gonna censor this post-production. I really don't want to show it, but I can show what the tweets say. If your fans only knew half the things you did to me, shows a picture of self-harm. And then Fraanticc says, yeah, you're cooked, buddy. And then they showed a picture. They healed and shrank 1/4 of the size, which shows that this self-harm, or I guess this injury, was from somebody else. It wasn't even, like, related to, like, self-harm or Turtle whatsoever, so that's just another lie. I mean, Turtle at this point has no credibility. I guess that's the original accuser. We'll call them Turtle. And, I mean, they don't because they deleted their fucking account, and there's no way they can spin this. I'm going to send the pics, and then basically they show that NoxH2K alt, that's an alt account, and then this is Fraanticc. So it goes to show that these are completely separate photos entirely. Or rather, that, like, these are different people running different accounts, because it's the @ is different. Okay, this is another video of a screen recording of Fraanticc showing the self-harm. That's censored. Thank you for censoring that, by the way. Wait, what? Sorry, I didn't even read... Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. I didn't even read the fucking... whatchamacallit? Like, the watermark on the bottom. But she says there's a grok watermark on the bottom right. Oh my god, there's a grok watermark on the bottom right. Oh my god, he AI generated an image of self-harm to try to fucking cancel Fraanticc? What a disgusting fuck. What a loser. I'm sorry. I don't care that this person is like 16. I don't care. Like I feel like even I knew at 16 not to falsely accuse people of really disgusting things. This is fucked. This is really disgusting. Jesus fucking Christ. I don't know, man. Like, my advice to this turtle person is maybe go offline and maybe definitely take some time for yourself and mature a little bit, because holy fuck, this is pathetic. This is crazy. Alright, well, that was short. I mean, there's not really much else to cover. I mean, generally speaking, the allegations of pedophilia, self-harm, like, pretty much every allegation against Fraanticc is false. Like, it's clear that this person had some sort of vendetta against Fraanticc. I wouldn't doubt that they're probably red-pilled to some capacity. They were interacting with Andrew Tate's content, who's, like, a sex trafficking, grooming rapist anyways. So it's, like, I wouldn't doubt that they had, like, some parasocial relationship to Fraanticc and, like, tried to, like, ruin her career because... for one reason or another. I don't fucking know. But, that's crazy. Yeah, there you go. I mean, I guess that's just, like, a quick thing. I was curious to investigate it. I didn't realize that that person was uber malicious when it came to the allegations. But, again, it's very obnoxious. It's very disgusting. And, Fraanticc did a very good job of responding to it. If I were her, I wouldn't respond to it anymore. It seems like it's pretty much fucking clear to anybody that looks into the situation for a moment that... it was all, like, fraudulent allegations to some capacity. So, yeah, hopefully she can move on from this. Yeah, it is what it is. What are you gonna do?